All right. Hello again, everybody. This video is to talk about that word philosophy, a word I used in the first video. So let's just take a moment to think more about the word itself. I mean, I'm sure you have if I asked you, you'd come up with a definition. But let's linger over it for a second because I think there's some things we could learn. The word itself is made from two ancient Greek words. So they have the word has its origin in the ancient Greek language. And the words are philo, which is a feeling of really caring about something or somebody, and Sophia, which means wisdom. So really caring about wisdom. Now let's focus just on the wisdom part for a second. Again, a common word. You could probably come up with a definition for it. In fact, I'd love it if you just took a moment, even pause the video, and come up with your own definition. Just take a second to think about how you would define it. This, by the way, is not to quiz you, but to just activate your mind, just to get your mind engaged in this process. We're going to define wisdom. So, what would you come up with? All right. Hope you've thought of your own definition of wisdom. Now, I'm guessing that your definition of wisdom is some version of knowing what to do, or the idea of having a lot of life experience, maybe. And we tend to associate wisdom with age. But the thing itself is some kind of knowledge about what to do in some arena of life, right? I imagine you came up with a definition, something like that. For example, if you're having trouble with a relationship, you might seek out somebody with more experience to give you advice, to share their wisdom about going through something like that. Or if you're trying to resolve a conflict or make a tough decision between two possibilities in your life, you might look for help from somebody older and wiser. So, wisdom is just a word that refers to the ability to be good at navigating those difficult things in life. It's kind of skill. It's a way of being good at life in general. If you're faced with something challenging in life, you can handle it better and you can handle it worse. And wisdom is a kind of knowledge that allows you to handle things better rather than worse. And who wouldn't want that? So that brings us back to the philo or caring part of the word philosophy. If Sophia is wisdom, philosophy means caring about wisdom. To be a philosopher is to be a wisdom lover. And so being a philosopher doesn't necessarily mean you have wisdom. It just means caring enough about wisdom that you'll do the work of finding it. So again, wisdom is a skill like other skills. If you want to get really good at basketball or any sport, having a love for the sport is going to help get you there. Or take the love of cooking or of writing. You pick the skill. A love of that activity means you want to get better at it. You care about it. And so a philosopher wants to get better at being wise about life's important questions, about being good at knowing what to do in any situation, of knowing how best to live one's life. So a philosopher both loves gaining that kind of knowledge, and then you can think about philosophy, the practice of philosophy, as making your way towards being better at knowing what to do. Philosophy as the practice of gaining wisdom, maybe so that it doesn't always have to be the hard knocks of life that get you to wisdom, but maybe there's other ways to get there as well. So, my thoughts about how we're going to use this word, philosophy.